All right, kids. I think we're back. Let's see how this goes. I have specified the Dallas server. This one right here. Wait, this one right here. Sorry. That's my number one pick out of all the ones I'm using here. So far, still in the green. Looks okay. We'll see how this one works for the stream, and we'll. So far, so good. Yeah, that's kind of what I got. Okay. See how that works. Thanks for everybody for your patience on that, and hopefully that'll be some progress we've made that we will avoid future problems like that in the future. All right, so let's kind of get back over to here. Let's. This is a map imported from Donjon. Hold on, what's the URL for that? Bringing it up right now. It's donjon.bin.sh. It's the random dungeon generator right here. So we're just using something like this to build it, importing that into our program that we built to make this look good. Let's go in and let's tile the floor here, and let's do the same with the corridors, and then let's also do the walls. Actually, let's just select everything, and if I select everything, you can see the there. So I've got everything selected. Let's add walls around everything. That's this button right. Whoops, this button right there. That's the button I'm going to click right there. And that's going to go add walls around everything there. You can see they're there. And now we zoom in, you can see the walls. So here's what we've got. It looks pretty cool, right? The walls are kind of, have kind of got this drawing into the, what I'm calling drawing into the void thing that I'm doing on the walls here. If the walls are next to a void, they fade out. There's a little bit of a cosmetic issue here. Which I need to find and fix. It's on the lower left corners, but I'm not too worried about that. It's not really that obvious. And then check this out now. If I select here and I say, let's grab an upper wall, put an upper wall there. There it is right there. So there's the wall normally as it would appear. And so if I want to join a wall down here, I can do that. And then notice what's happening here. It's kind of creating this overlay on top of the wall so that with this joining kind of thing, and it makes the shadows all look perfect, or as I want them to look. And so it's pretty cool what's happening. If I come in here and I say, let's do a bottom wall here, then you can see what's going on. It adds the corner piece right here. So all of the corner pieces are added, the T's are added, all of that is added automatically there so that the walls, the walls are looking good. That's pretty cool. So just as I want them to look. So walls are essentially done. The next thing I want to work on today are the doors. And I'll show you the assets I've got for those. At least we'll start opening that up. Here's what I've got for the door assets. Here you can see them right over here. So I've got these are the this is what we're dealing with right here. Why is Zoom It not working? There we go. So that's what we're looking at. There's that one. Here's this one right here. So just some top-down door artwork design that I've got. It's not, super great, but it'll kind of work. I've also got a known hidden door, and if we have an unknown hidden door, that's just going to be, the wall's just going to be drawn there automatically. So we kind of need to worry about the doors. We'll work on the doors. So the doors are actually already built for us from Donjon. They already put the doors in there for us. So if I come in here and I say, let's create a map, dungeon size, we'll make it small, and room layout, we'll make it complex, and say generate, or I'm sorry, not random. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. Let's go back and do what we were doing before here. And small, and room layout complex, and room size, whatever, that's okay. And now say construct. Here we go. So let's save this TSV map. And where are we putting the maps? We're putting them, I think, right here. Right, so we have them all. That's where they are. Okay. So we'll save this here. The layer of the Demon Baron. So this is the map we'll work with, and you can see the doors that are here on that are here. Now, one of the things that they've done with their doors, which I'm not a fan of, is they put the doors in the square itself, in the 5x5 square. Like right there in the middle of the square. And I want the door to be right next to the room. Now, sometimes, like in this case right over here, we've got a door between two rooms. And I'm not exactly sure what I want to do in that case. I'm not sure if I want to have the door actually create a door that's right in the middle of the square, or if I want to create two doors, one against each room. But in cases where I have like a hallway going right into a door, like here, I'm sorry, a hallway going right into a room, I want to put the door right there. I want to put the door right against that edge, right there, not up here. So that's kind of what we want to do. The doors are coded with the letter D, and then I think they're followed with another set of letters after them. And so we can take a look at that as well. Let me close this down, and we'll let's get our new, what do we call this? Sort by date. Layer of the Dark Demon Baron. Here we go. So you can see right here, it's got DB right up here. That is a door right there. I think B means, I thought B meant bottom, but I'm not sure what it means anymore. So B door, Let's open this up. Make sure word wrap is off. It's off, it looks like. So F means floor space. So I've got 4 floor spaces and then a door entering at the top. That does not seem to match this. This matches over here. 1, 2. Yeah, I'm pretty confused about this. Why doesn't this map look the same? Dark Layer of the Demon Baron. Is that the one I downloaded? Yeah. This side over here, got this hallway here and a hallway here, here, and here. Does that match? That seems to match. 1, 2. Yes, that matches. Yeah, it's as if it's added extra lines at the top. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in the door. It's as if it added a couple extra lines at the top because the door is right there. Okay. Now, if the door is at the bottom, then that means the door is, let's see if that makes sense. Let's look at what's this door over here. Look at this. This one is saying DT, which would mean door at the top. That doesn't really make sense here. Then we've got another door. Oh, wait, wait, wait. No, it does. Door top here. That's this one. Okay, cool. This one is door left. Okay, cool. Look at that. We can stick it right there. That's cool. Now, the one thing that we're going to have to do is they dedicate a whole 5x5 to a door. In other words, if there's a door, there's nothing else going on. If they say it's to the left, I'm just trying to figure out which way does the door swing. And I've done some little bit of thought on this. So like this, I've kind of thought, well, if a tile has a door, it swings into the door. I mean, swings into the tile is what it does. I've got some different UI kinds of things I'm thinking about here. Not exactly sure how they're going to play, how I'll indicate a locked door or an unlocked door with regards to an actual door on the map, if I'm going to have these kind of icons over it. But I've been kind of playing with a way of visually, graphically representing these kinds of things, including secret doors, all of that. All right, let's go back, look at this really closely. Okay. Holy cow! Look who's here! Straight butter. Oh wow, I've been away for a long time. Working on maps now. We are. That is correct.
Geniscu 7, where are you? We need your help!
Get him, Geniscu 7. You know this guy's a bad guy. Get that guy.
Here, I am.
Straight butter. Exactly what we need right now. And Geniscu 7 here to save the day. Yeah. We got some fun fanfares since you've been with us last Straight Butter. I'm glad you're back, though. I like that fanfare showing up. Okay, I want to look at this one right here. So this one is this one, this DL right here. So that, this DL is this one right here. So it's door on the left side. So yeah, I think I'll go ahead and say that tile has a door, and I'll say it has it on the left side, which means that door will swing into the opening as opposed to swinging into the room. I think I'm okay with that. And if we come out, this door bottom, that's going to be against this right here. I'm actually kind of cool with this. I like how they're putting the door in the right spot. It's next to the room. I won't actually have to do the work I thought I was going to have to do. So here I've got a door on the top up here. Here I've got a door on the top too. So that's cool. I'm actually really okay with this. The Donjon Fantasy Dungeon Generator is my friend today. So it's just saved me a lot of work in terms of figuring out where the door needs to be placed. I'll go ahead and place the door in the tile and tell it that it's up, bottom, top or bottom. So let's create some data to hold that. So here's our D&D map spike. We've got out here this class called map. Down in our namespace map core. And I need some, it's got a bunch of tiles in it. And if we go look at tiles, I'm just refreshing my memory as well. Let's go in here and let's hit the CodeRushed Navigate To key and choose derived types, and we can see what we have derived from it. So we've got an empty space and we've got a floor space. Empty space is not interesting to me, but floor space is. Because that's where a player can stand. And it's got a map region, which is the parent. The map region just is, let's go look at this. Hit the CodeRushed key here and choose derived types. And we've got corridor and room that descend from a map region. So its parent can be a corridor or a room, either one. Okay? What is the code? What am I doing with code? Not doing anything with it yet. Floor space, that third parameter in there. Oh, I'm passing in the code. Got it. I'm passing in the code for the door is what I'm doing. So this is either going to be, it's the Don John code right here. So it's either going to be an F or a D followed by some sequence of letters. So what I want to do is, I think I want code right here that looks like this. If code, let's do this. Let's do this instead. Let's say analyze code. Like this. And I really probably don't need to store it long term, but trying to work pudding, not now pudding. Pudding never listens. Consider removing code property. How you doing, Pudding? Glad you're with us. Drown in wiggly love, says Pudding. Thanks a lot. I just want to write some code. Consider removing code property once we've got analysis complete. Once analysis is complete. Hard to believe it's 2020 already. Aren't we all supposed to be living on Mars or something like that? We're getting close, Coding Gorilla. We're getting close. Glad you're with us, Coding Gorilla. I know I owe you a fanfare. I've not worked on fanfares in a while, but I am. It's on my list. All right, so let's do this. Let's do this, and let's do this. If code dot starts with D, that means it's a door. And then I want to say add door from code, something like that. I think is what I want to do. Code dot substring of 1. Add door from code. And so now our substring is coming in, and we're going to get a, looks like we're going to get an L, a B, T, L, or R, at least. There may be some secret doors in here too. Uh-oh. S is secret door, I think. Wait, is DB is bottom? What's DD? May your 2020 code never have bugs. Wow. See how long that goes. I think we'll try to set a record. Speaking of setting a record, one of my New Year's resolutions was to try fasting at least once. At least once. And, Roy just said, and there goes the internet. I think Roy's internet just dropped. Not mine. So much pudding. Says Genescu 7. We may have lag. Yeah, may your 2020 code never have bugs. I've been fasting. And my goal was to fast for at least 12 hours. My kids are like, oh, so you mean like between dinner and breakfast? You do that every day. And I'm like, all right, fine. So I'll do it a little longer. So that's my New Year's resolution. I'm actually starting it today. I've had no breakfast today, which is, by choice. Never done in my life before. So we'll see how it goes. I'm like, at this point, I'm like, I want some breakfast. We got to figure out what these are down here. What's this? Let's go switch over to a view without that chat thing blocking it so we can see more of the screen here. What do we got here? Let's see if we can recognize this. We've got a door there. And then, it's stairs. The SDs are stairs. So that corresponds to this right here. Those are the stairs. So yeah, that's right. We figured that out before. Okay, cool. So we got a bunch of D's. Hidden doors, I'm not sure how we do those. Not sure. No such thing as enough pudding. Pudding is good. It's yummy. All right, well, at least we're going to handle these doors right here. The right top, left, and I think B is bottom. We saw that up above here, didn't we? Yeah, right there. There's the bottom one. We got to do stairs too. I haven't done stairs yet. Okay, so we want to, in our map spike, we want to check to see what the substring is. And so location, I think is we're going to say location is equal to substring dot substring. I'll change the name in a second. Start index 0, comma 1, like that. And then we're going to say call this door code. And we'll do door code is null, or this dot length is equal to 0. Something like that. Use is null or empty. Actually, I want to do if is null or white space, I suppose. Then we're out. Then we're going to say the location is equal to that. And then I think we'll do a switch on location. And if it's equal to L, then we want to say add a left door. So now we need something that's going to show our doors. And I think I want to be able to support multiple doors on one block. So let's do that. So we're going to say in one tile, multiple doors in one tile. So we're going to say create a new enum here. Holy cow. There was a mosquito flying by me right there. Not anymore. Okay. Because I put him to sleep, a gentle sleep. It's a family show. There's no death on this show. All right, so we're going to say door position, I think is what we'll call it. All right, so we've got door position. And so we'll say none, left, right, top. Just go in a circle here, right, bottom, like that. Semicolon gets me out of that sequence right there. Hit the CodeRushed key, move type to file. There's my door position. And I think I want more for the door. I think I want to have my own class called door. And I think it's going to have a property of that called position. But I think it's also going to have other properties as well. Like it's going to have a property, is it locked or not? It's going to have a property called lockable. Can I lock the door? Because I actually want players to be able to lock the door if they can. Use that as a defense against creatures. A door should have the number of hit points in it. In other words, you could destroy a door. And I suppose also you could say it has resistance as well. Like it might have resistance, but maybe consider adding resistance. Just like walls in Dungeons and Dragons can have resistances and vulnerabilities, like that. Armor class. Sweet. Let's do it. Although I kind of think to hit a door, yeah, maybe you're right. It does. It has armor class. Okay, so the door's got these kinds of stats on it. Is it secret? Is it a secret door? And so is it a known door? In other words, if it's secret, it may not be known. But if it's secret, it could be discovered, in which case it's both a secret door and a known door, which means other players may not know about it, like monsters or things like that. So we could use the secret door to hide, for example. So if we knew about it, we could open it. Oh, and then we need an open or closed. So let's do this. Oh, is it open or not? So open, locked, lockable, secret, and known. Now, some of these states are mutually exclusive. Like it can't be both locked and open, I think. We'll have to kind of figure out some logic on managing the states of the door. But that's kind of, some DMs troll you with that stuff. Your text can be weak or bounce off of it. Yeah, I don't like trolling DMs. No me gusta. Means I'm not a fan. Okay, so that's our door, which means a tile can have multiple doors on it. That's what we want to do. So now I think I want to do this. Well, tile, should I'm debating whether I should create this as a list, a generic list of doors, or if I should create it as simply 4 slots: top door, left door, right door, bottom door. I like the list because it's kind of easier to go through with code that kind of just checks to see where the door is. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the list. That's what I'm going to do. New list of doors. We'll call it doors, like that. And let's encapsulate the field. And let's make the setter be private. Like that. And now add door from code. So I'm going to come in here and let's expand the getter here for a second, right here. I think at this point, if I'm asking about it, do I want to create it here? I kind of like the create on demand here, but I also would like to be able to check to see if we have any doors. I know what I'm going to do. All right, so let's do create on demand here. So we're going to say if it's null, then we're going to do a new instance on it, like that. And then we return it. Then I'm also going to come in here and I'm going to create a function has doors. So MB for a method that returns a Boolean, has doors, and then we're going to say return not null, and the count is greater than 0. Okay, make that public. So now we can answer the question, do we have doors or not? I'm going to make this a property. Okay, so has doors is now a property. So now we can ask that question before we go in and create an instance of it. And that way we won't automatically create it. But then now, later on, when I want to do something with it, like right here, I want to simplify the code and say doors.add. Then I can come in here and say new door. And let's at least pass in door location door position left, like that. And let's generate a new constructor without the fields, because we've already got that field in there, door position. And we're going to say door position is equal to door position, like that. And what is the problem here? Door position, I don't get it. Is it type? Oh, it's position, sorry. All right, position is equal to door position. Sorry, let's also similarly change this. And let's initialize all of these pieces here with appropriate settings, with appropriate initial values. Okay. All right. And so we're going to say open is equal to false. Locked is equal to false. False. Secret no. Known is equal to true. Like that. And hit points, we'll say 0 and say armor class is equal to 0 for now. But I think I actually want to, I want to see if we can do any research on this. Armor class of a door in D&D. Objects. Well, okay, so wood or bone is 15. So we're just going to say armor class is 15 for wood or bone. Stone, steel, nice, nice, nice. Okay. Resilient, medium. I'm going to say it's got 18 hit points. Sweet. Love it. All right. So that's for a regular door. And then, you know, we'll have some sort of presumably ability to change that, and we'll change the hit points, the armor class as well. Also to make it secret. In fact, speaking of making it secret, let's create a function to do that. Make secret. And then we're going to say secret is equal to true, and we're going to toggle our known to is equal to false, like that. And make that public. Okay. All right, let's get out of here and put it in its own file. We're in the map core project here, so the low-level elements of the map. I'm liking this. I feel pretty good about this. Let's go back into, I want to do this. I want to actually do this. I want to come in here and say base and call the base like that. And in base, I want to put this here, like that. Okay? All right. And what should we do about position in an initialization here? I think we can come in and say, I guess I could just say left by default. It's a little weird, but I can do that, I suppose. All right, so we're going to overwrite it here anyway. Okay, tabbed index reference to get back to where we were. Okay, there's L. B, door is going to be on the bottom. T, door is going to be on the top. And R is going to be right. Looks like Rory may not be joining us because he lost his internet. Sad. Okay, so those are our doors. All right. Next, we got to draw the doors. And I'm not really sure how I think I'm going to do that. I think, let's do this at least. Let's set breakpoints here and here and here. And make sure we're getting doors, breakpoints for all these different doors here. Let's run it. All right, so we've got a door right we're getting a breakpoint on. Is that our first door that we are expecting to encounter? Got a door bottom is what I think, unless I'm doing this. Yeah, even if I go down this way, why am I not seeing a door bottom? Not sure why this is happening. Door right, door left. We are getting a door left. We've got a top door and a bottom door. Okay, so all those doors are being added. So that feels pretty good. One other thing I realized I kind of want to add the walls immediately when we open up the map. Because right now to add all the walls the way I want them to be added, I have to come in and I have to triple click on the... Holidays are great. A moment, please, while he finishes his formal request to start New Year more than once per year. Logic error. This may take a while. No, Rory. Yeah, I think Rory may not be here. May not be here. All right, so back over here. Let's triple click on this. Let's triple click on this. So what I have to do to add the walls is I come in here, do this first, and then click here. Whoops, hold on. Let's let you see that where I'm clicking. Then click right over here, and then it adds the walls. I have to do this every time I open up the map in here, and we don't have saving yet. And I think I just want to do this automatically. I half also almost want to come in as well, and by default choose this as the flooring for everything, and choose this as the tiling for everything. I kind of half want to do this. So when I open a map, it looks like this, no matter what. Hey, Pudding. I can see clearly now. Long time no see. Will say into Straight Butter. Yeah, new job and been very busy. Well, that's great, Straight Butter. Glad you're busy, I think, with a new job. That sounds like it's good news. So I kind of want to get to here when I just pull that open. So the first step is here. So I think let's take a slight divergence from the doors and at least work on that. See if we can get that working. How will I do that? I'm not sure. I don't think it should be too hard. So let's see. We've gotten some function in here called load map, I think. Here's where I load all of this. Load final canvas elements. And I think right now, if I'm loading the map, and it's from a file name, this is from a, actually I want to rename this to import Don John map. That's what I want to call this. And let's just get those as well. And now, because I want to actually have a separate ability to load and store maps here, because, I think that would be cool. Right, Fred? Fred says, yes, that would be cool. Okay, so once we've imported, now I want to do this. I want to select all rooms and corridors is what I want. And in here I want two methods, select all rooms, and another one called select all corridors. And select all corridors. Yeah, you didn't miss much since last year. In fact, I think you missed not very much at all. Okay, select all rooms, select all corridors. Now I got to figure this out. But I've got code that does this somewhere even in this file. So I just got to go find that code. It's a triple click. And here we go. Flood select all. base space get selection type. What's the selection type? Add, replace, remove. Base space here we go. What's going on with selection type here? Where is this only used here, but not passed down into select all tiles? Selection type, hold on. I think I have a bug here. And it should be selection type equals selection type. Like that. And I think I need, oh yeah, there it is there. I just need to move it down one. Okay. All right. So there's my selection type. Okay. Tile base. Floor space. Okay. I want to extract this as its own method. And we're going to say flood select all. And the floor space is the parent type. Floor space is basically, we just want the parent, and let's decompose that parameter. I want to extract this one more time, I think. Oh, wait, hold on. I always forget how to do this. What is it? Get type? That's not right, is it? What is it? I forget how to do type checks on this. I don't want to make it equal because I'm kind of want to support descendants of it as well. Is instance of type? No, that's not right. I don't want that either. Let's do this. Maybe I can do this. Matching type. think this is what I want. Let's do this. Um, I feel like I should know this, and I don't. I'm just like, is if it's a room. Certainly do it this way, but I feel like there is a way to use parent here, and I'm just not sure how to do it right there. But we can keep this for now. This can work for now. So flood select all does this with the dial as a base space. And then we can also come in here. Maybe I don't need to duplicate this at all. I can just use the individual calls to flood select all. All right, let's go back to where we were. All right. So that will select all rooms and corridors. Then the next thing we want to do is we want to click that button outline wall click. And I'm going to just extract this into outline wall.
Copper Beardy is in the house.
Hey, Copperbeardy, welcome. Jetsam says you missed the restart of the stream earlier. Well, CodeRushed found a better Twitch server. It was riveting. I detect a bit of low flying taco, kids.
Michael Jolly.
Don't
is
fly
in the
low. You could
house.
crash into someone's head. Oh, Michael Jolly, gotta be careful. Michael Jolly's here, bald, bearded builder. Feels so long since I've seen a CodeRushed stream. Must have been even last year. Yep, it was last year, kids. All right, outline walls. That's what I want to call. So now I'm selecting all rooms, selecting all corridors, whoops, select all rooms and corridors. What? Nobody is calling that yet? Wait, what's going on? Look at this. I've got a bug. Does this code compile? I got a CodeRushed bug I need to report here. Build failed. Oh, okay. That could be my problem. Yep, it was code did not compile, so I'm going to accept that as not a bug. Okay, select all rooms and corridors. And then I want to outline walls. So at least we'll do that when we start up. So let's run again, see if that gets us started. Internet does not seem to be coming back in any sort of hurry, says Rory. Aw, sad. Rory is having internet luck like I had the other day. Okay, nice. So we are here. The only problem is that we still have the selection. We don't need the selection. We can go ahead and clear that off. So that's good. So now we've got our walls coming in automatically when we import it. Do I want to? Do I want to take it to the next level? I'm not sure. All that mayo to the face. Thanks, Michael. Has it been last since you shaved your hair too? All that mayo to the face. Yeah. Nope. That's every morning. He shaves his head. That's about where I am at it too. Okay. All right. So, all right, there's our dungeon. Now we got to place the doors. We know where the doors are, but we need to place them. We got to figure out how to do that. So, at the risk of, throwing a lot of memory in the problem, but I love the layering. The problem is that these are becoming giant bitmaps, right? This is 120 by 120, each one of these. So something like this is, I don't know, I'm going to estimate. It's probably, well, actually, let's not estimate. Let's just bring it up, and we'll take a look at it inside of our memory. There it is, our map spike. It's 2 gigs. We're at 2 gigs right now, and most of that is in the bitmaps because I've got a layer for the background tiles. I've got a layer for the 3D piece on top of it here. I've got a layer for horizontal walls, a layer for vertical walls, a layer for the corners of the walls, the joining corners, and I've got a layer for the voids in the background because it kind of just makes sense the way all the graphics were built. Now, some of those layers can be consolidated, at which point I expect to do that later, but I'm about to add one more layer, which is going to bump up the memory again, and for the doors, I think. Because I think they deserve to be on their own layer, underneath the walls, but above everything else. Genesco7 says tacos for Michael Jolly, right? Will Bennett. I am going to create a new layer for him. That's step 1. Also, if you look at my assets, I only have assets. Where are my assets? Did I close them down? I only have doors right now horizontally. I don't have any vertical doors. Also, they're not great, right? They're like, this one's kind of like, what is going on here? You can tell I just kind of patched this together because I was just trying to get something that kind of roughed it. The rest of these are kind of usable. They've got a little bit of problem on the left right here, but that's going to be hidden by the wall. That part's going to be hidden by the wall, so I'm not too worried about that. So let's, I don't know, let's see if we can get like a light wooden, let's see if we can use this piece right here. We'll create our own layer and we'll start drawing that thing horizontally at least, get it in the right spot. So we've got this layer architecture, which is really kind of nice. The downside is it doesn't scale well. You know, it takes up a lot of space, a lot of memory. Let's go find our layers. Here we go. So these are the layers we're using right now. So yeah, it's a little bit of a mess. I've got a debris layer as well, a depth layer. And then right here is where we need to have another layer. So let's come in here. And we're going to call this our door layer. That's going to go under our walls. Let's go up to our depth layer. There's our door layer. Where else are we using this? Add floor overlay, so that's all I think we have to do. Then we just need to have something like add door to that layer. What are we calling this? Import Donjon map. Map.load, this is where I think we ultimately are calling load data, process lines, load new line, load new space, tiles, add new floor space, analyze code, and then if code starts with a D, add door from code. So this is ultimately, this is the code we wrote at the start of today's streaming session. So that's how we're gonna, so we are gonna ultimately go in and the doors will already be added. I'm just hitting escape now to get back out from where I was. Right here. All doors will be added at this point. So now we're checking to see, hey, if we are a floor space, then we're gonna, then what I want to do is I want to call like add doors for the tile. And I'm going to pass I think that's all I need to do. Add doors. And let's do double check add floor overlays. Only doing this. Okay. Okay. Cool, we got X offset and Y offset for draw image over tile. So we want to call this the door layer. We want to check to see if the tile, if tile is floor space. I'm having some trouble spelling the word floor. Okay. And now I want to say if not floor space dot has doors, then we want to return. Yes, straight butter. I do plan on implementing a fog of war. It's going to be so cool. It is going to, I've got a couple ideas for it, but one of the ideas for it is if it's your player's turn, you see the fog of war for that player. So you can't see anything else. So as we change turns, you see the map perspective depending on whose turn it is. Yeah. Also, I intend to not allow you to see through walls. So if there's a wall blocking your vision, you won't be able to see it. So in Dungeons and Dragons, you have, you have a vision distance of how far you can see. Roy, by the way, says he's calling it quits for the night. Internet seems to be gone. We'll try again next Tuesday. So we'll see Rory again next Tuesday. So thanks, Rory, for that. So in Dungeons and Dragons, I'm just typing in thanks to him. Thanks, Rory, because, Rory's awesome. He makes the show so polite. So yeah, in Dungeons and Dragons, you have a range that you can see. So normal characters can see like 60 feet, I think, like that. And depends on if it's regularly lit or if it's dark. You can have night vision. You can have something called true vision, and each of these have a certain distance that you can see. So seeing what that character can see, I think, is potentially interesting. So I think, I'm excited to write it, but we're not quite at that point yet. We first have to put characters on the screen. Speaking of which, here I'll show you the progress I've made on that, what that's going to look like. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool too. I'm just starting up After Effects here so you can see the work that we're doing here. Over the weekend I wrote like this really cool utility that I'll show you. It takes here. I'm bringing up Adobe After Effects right now. So in Adobe After Effects, I've loaded up monsters. Oh, Adobe wants me to sign in. This is like, blows my mind every time, really. Got to work through this. I've got like these minor little glitches. I don't know if we can call them glitches, but hiccups on my machine where software wants me to sign in, and I sign in, and it keeps asking me to. All right, here we go. Adobe After Effects is loaded. You're looking at the preview for it. Let me open this up. So I've got a file out here called D&D Miniatures. Inside D&D Miniatures, I've imported blend painted blend 3D Dungeons and Dragon monsters and characters. And so this is my character right here. And so what I've done is I've imported into After Effects. I've got 8 different positions, or no, not 8. What is it? How many? 16 different positions around the circle. Each of those corresponds to about 22.5 degrees of change. If I were to just, iterate through those, it pretty much looks like he's spinning. So this allows my character to look in a particular direction as he's going to attack that creature, right? He doesn't have a base he's standing on here. He's got a shadow he's casting. The base is going to look something like this when it's there. But I'm drawing the base separately because I'm actually going to have the base, something between the base and my character to indicate the character is selected. So when he's standing up and he's facing a particular direction, there'll be a base drawn underneath him and there'll be a selector, like an animated kind of rotating, targeting thing, something like that. Similarly, when a character is targeted, you'll see some indication of that as well. Now, when he's hit a little bit, he's going to tip back like this, and then he'll come back. When he's hit a lot, he'll go all the way down into the prone position. So there's what the prone position looks like, right, like that. And so you can see that's kind of what we're looking like this. Now, I'm not going to render these in 3D. I'm not going to use 3D in the game engine, I've decided. Instead, I'm going to render these as PNGs and open them up. But I'm going to load them all on demand because we don't need all the monsters at once. And we only need 16 frames of animation for a particular character that's on screen. We're not going to be loaded. We're not going to have hundreds of monsters in a room, hundreds of different types of monsters in a room. So we're going to use the engine we already built. The cool thing about our engine is it actually allows us to have hundreds of a kind of monster in the room, and we can do individual shading or color altering a little bit to make them look different. If we want to do that, we can do scaling a little bit different, and we can have them all at different angles, all of that, and without impacting memory. Not with that attitude. Yeah. So prone position, I've got rendered in 8 different positions across here. So a different fall in 8 different positions. And I'm simply going to do that for every single monster. So bringing in a monster and importing it into the engine is as simple as painting the monster because I've already got access to a whole bunch of different 3D monsters in Blend that I got from, I forget the author of these, but basically I subscribed to the guy's Patreon account, and so I've got all of these, but they're not painted. So I have to paint a monster at a time, and I learned a little bit about sculpting. So you can see I've got this character right here that I've created. This is kind of a combination of some different Blend characters, plus modified a little bit to look a little bit more like me, right there. So you can see what I've done there, and I've got like a little spell that I'm casting because I'm, a spell caster, and then Adobe After Effects is going to export this. Now, when Adobe After Effects exports it, it's going to be in a 1920 by 1080. So I wrote a program that opens up all of the PNG files and scales them down, brings them down to the smallest size needed, which is something that used to take a long time for me because I'd be like, wait, what's the smallest size? Because a whole bunch of PNGs, I'm not sure which one it is. So I wrote an app that does that. And then I've got to write and change it so it maintains the anchor position. The anchor position is in like the last frame. So the last frame right here, there's a red dot right in the middle, right there of that frame, or wherever that anchor is. That anchor position is right in the middle of the base. And so and then for each of these falls, I'm going to break those into separate animations so they don't make the main one take up a lot of pixels. So this will only take on the pixels it needs for the spin and the shadow, and then each of these will be broken into an individual fall animation, and I'll grab it if I need it. Otherwise, I won't load it. So that's my plan, and I think that's going to work. And I think it's going to. What's cool about it is that the generation of this is not going to take up much of my time at all. The most time that's going to take is I just have to do some painting for each monster we introduce. Once that's done, everything else is automatic. Everything else is automatic because the name of the file is going to be the name of either the player character or the monster type. And so when the Dungeon Master says, I want to have like a beholder, it's going to go out and see if the file exists. If it is, it's going to bring it in. And if it isn't, there'll be some sort of placeholder that'll exist for it. So, so in general, the plan, I think, is a scalable plan. I think it's a plan that that like as a one-person guy, can happen without a lot of work. So I'm looking forward to that. So these are the guys that are going to show up on our map. The other thing that's going on here is the scaling of this is double. This is, you're basically seeing this is at 100% here, right here, but the scaling, this is twice the resolution of what the tile engine is supporting. So when we run the D&D map spike, which we'll do here in a second, it's actually running at half of the scale. So if we bring this up here and run it, put it at 50%, that's what it would look like. But the reason I did that is I wanted to be able to support a zoom in and draw the player on top of the map. The map is going to be a little blurry because it's scaled at twice its resolution. But at that point, at a double zoom in, the player was still going to be crisp. And it'll have an illusion of being, the whole thing being crisp because your eyes are going to look at the players. So that's another decision that was made. Okay, so that's Adobe After Effects. We'll be doing that next week probably, bringing those in. Okay, now we're looking at draw image over tile. Now we got to grab a door. So let's come in here and we'll say door, light, like that. Load image resources. Yeah, I guess we can do that. Do it for now. I think I'm going to move it later. Yeah, I don't like this code at all. Let's go see what the path is here. What's in tiles, tile overlay, map tiles, map doors. Yeah, I think this is its own path, is what I think. Doors folder. And we're going to get it from here. All right. How long have you been working on this whole project? Well, the maps you're looking at here, we only started in the last month, I think. The whole project that includes everything, including, hold on a second, I'll give you a little demo of everything here. The whole project we've been working on for about a year. So that includes Fred and his animations over there. Right, Fred? You agree with that, Fred, right? It's been about a year? Fred says he doesn't know. Yeah, there's Will Bennett showing off our particle emitter. There we go. There's our scrolls right there with different pages that we can show up with our particle system showing up on that as well. What else? Let's go to Ava. Looks like I just lost. Did I lose my... Huh. It looks like I lost my Signal R connection here. Is what it looks like, but I'm not 100% certain of it. Could have been something else because we went in and we had some other things kind of take control of the system here. That's the back overlay. Can I roll dice at all? No. Looks like really does look like Signal R is disconnected. Let me try a refresh here. Drag in front overlay. The physics for these particles seem interesting. Yeah, there's a center of gravity right about there. Particles are generated up there at the top, and they are there's some randomness with regards to their velocity, I think, so they kind of shoot out and they circle around this gravitational point. So we wrote that. Yeah, we coded all this in older shows of the past. I just refreshed the Dragon front overlay, and let's also refresh the dice layer as well. Dice layer is not refreshing. Oh, am I at a breakpoint? Ah, that's why things aren't working. Okay. All right. Things were not that bad. Yeah, okay. Things were not that bad. They were working. It was just we were at a breakpoint. I didn't know it. It was on one of those instances of Visual Studio. Okay, good to know. Let's reinitialize. Now I can do a demo. Dice rollers not done initializing yet. Let's refresh it one more time. Good. And what else is that? Is that the Dragon front overlay? Refresh it. Okay. And let's reinitialize the data. See if this is all going to come back now. I didn't refresh the back or the drone game here. Looks like that came back.
Ava.
There we go. All right, so Ava can cast Wrathful Smite. There's the effect right there. So it's coming up right around there. It looks like the front overlay is not working. Let's see if the dice are working. Looks like the front overlay needs another refresh. Is that really it? Or is it the back? The back looks like it's working. The front looks like it's not. Oh, no, wait. There it is. It just kicked in. It just needed to get loading everything. It was delay loading the particle effects. Okay, so check it out. We have particles going both in front and behind my hand, right? I can block the ones behind and you then move over a little bit. And my hand starts to go towards the end of it right there. All right, so now let's see if we can attack with her greatsword. So there, her greatsword's up right there. You're seeing delay loading of the assets. She can roll the attack. Yeah, all the assets are loading up a little bit. There's delay loading, including, I think, sound effects for them.
Delivering a world of hurt.
All right, one more time. We'll do that whole thing one more time. Wrathful Smite. There it is right there. Then she brings up her greatsword. There it is right there. And she rolls the attack. So all this is for a live dungeon. Yeah, second straight butter says it's the second of Hammer. Weird things are bound to happen. It is the second of Hammer. Yeah, Dungeons & Dragons time. So that's a little bit it. I got this cool demo where you test all the damage. Here's all the damage dice. So we're combining 3D, traditional, two-dimensional sprite animation on these, doing all kinds of things like, for example, the necrotic damage with those zombie heads spinning around. It's just one animation, but we're spinning it around. Our code is spinning around automatically, that sort of thing. So we've done all this in about the last year. So it's not bad. Copperbeard says, got to run. Catch up next week. Yeah. Viashirt says, nice. Drop the knife before you start running, Copperbeardy. So that's it. Fred says he likes it. That's good. That's what we're doing. Right now we're working on the map editor. Map editor is going to be cool because it's going to allow us to do things with the spells. And we're trying to add doors to the map editor. That's what we're doing right now. So we've just got this image light, this door light. So for a lightweight door, I'm just bringing this up like this. And the name of it is, I think, light door. What is it? It's light wooden is the name of the door right there. So that's the door image I'm going to bring in. So we'll call this light wooden. Like that. And there's my door light is now open. So now in add doors, I'm just going to go in and draw that door. It's going to draw it right in the middle for now, but at least we'll see it. We'll see if all of this is working, and then we'll work on positioning. We'll figure all that out. So anything that's got a door in it will have a door drawn right in the middle of it. That's at least my hope. All right, let's see if it worked. Zoom out. Oh, look at that. Sweet. So we got doors. And they're kind of drawn in not a great way. So not bad, but we're getting closer there. So everywhere there's a door here, we should see a door showing up on our other map. This one right here. So, wait, this is not the same one. Dark Lair of the Demon Baron. Did we not open that up? Why does it look different? Okay. Let's stop a second. Import the right map. See if that works. So we got that file name right. So I'm fasting today. So far, so good. It's a little weird. I'm like, normally I'm eating all the time. Just like, ah. I don't know what's going to happen here. What's happening? There we go. Okay, that looks way better. Like we got a match. Put this over here. Put this over there. So now we can kind of see what's going on. Is that right? Now these look totally different, but this does match. Remember, this does match the file we looked at when we downloaded this. When we downloaded this, the Dark Lair of the Demon Baron, we were like, this doesn't quite match up. But what we did import does match here. We can see those kinds of lining up right there, right? We can see that coming in here like this. I think if I scroll over to the left a bit, you can see that. There we go. There's the left side right there. These three right here matched correspond to these three right there. That's really bizarre to me why, how this does not line up. It kind of lines up, but doesn't quite. I don't get that. Let's try one more time. Let's close the file and try one more time and just see what we get. Yep, same one. It's close. There's some things that match in it, right? You got this area over here. But based on the data I've seen, I'm going to say the problem is with their download engine. It's generating dungeons that are not quite a match. Yeah, it's like this entryway here is cropped out of this picture. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so now let's work on getting the doors in the right spots. And I think I'm going to need to get some assets that are horizontal and vertical at the very least. So let's work on that. Let's create those assets real quickly here. Let's take all of these, right-click them, open them up, and then we're just going to rotate all of these 90 degrees. I've set the alignment of each one of these images so that a pivot point is the same. So it's the same pivot point. So the pivot point is, here, let's go get the light door, light wooden here. That's the most, its pivot point we can see is about here. 1646 is its pivot point. So let's come in here, say File, New, and say 1646. That's our pivot point for a horizontal door. Okay, let's take all of these and we're going to rotate these 90 degrees and we're going to save as. And so we're going to call this vertical. And close it. Oh! Okay. Oops. This is known hidden door, vertical. And actually, we don't need to do all of these. We just did the light wooden one. I think that's all we needed to do. Some of these doors are going to look cool, I think. Let's just get the, let's call this light wooden horizontal. That. Now we will, wait, what is going on? Oh, okay, got it. Let's load it up here. Okay. There we go. All right. Happy New Year, kids. Happy New Year, Codebase Alpha. All right, so we've got a horizontal and a light wooden vertical. So now let's get both of those in here. Here's my door. So this is my horizontal door. And let's create a new one here called door light vertical. Like that. All right, let's do this. Load door. Okay, way better. Way better. All right. Put that in quotes. And file name has now been renamed to horizontal. And hold on a second. Selection duplicate line is replace a couple things I don't want it to. There we go. That's what I want. All right. Okay, so now we got horizontal and vertical. Now we just have to choose which one to draw. All right, I think it's going to be something like this. For each door, floor space doors dot if door dot position equals door position dot bottom, then we're going to draw the horizontal tile. And the X offset I'm not sure how to calculate this. I haven't really given this part a lot of thought. What is our image size here? It's 160 across. All of these are 160 across, aren't they? 160 across. So the center of that is 80. So our offset is going to be tile dot width minus (160) divided by 2, I think centers it. Is what I think is going to do if I center it that way. And let's just try this right here. And the tile width minus, what's my height here? 94. I'm going to get rid of these numbers, magic numbers, a little bit. This should be tile dot height. Like that. If we do this, it should be centered in every single one for the bottom doors, at least. Let's comment this line of code out right here. So we're going to draw a horizontal tile in every single... Oh, wait, let's do this. Just going to get here get a little bit closer here. And so now I'm going to, with this, I should see at least vertical doors if it's left or right, and horizontal doors if it's top or bottom. And if the math is right, then that's going to center each of those images. Let's see what we get. Yeah, that looks, no, that didn't work. This worked. This worked. The vertical ones are not centered. Why aren't the vertical ones centered? Oh, because the vertical ones have a different width. Got it. They're not squares. Okay, so this should be 94 and the other one should be 160. Okay. try that. Now, if this all works, then we just need to offset this by half of the tile's width or height to get it in the right location. I think we're not far from having the doors show up in the right spots. There we go. Vertical ones are now centered. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, let's close that down. I want to get rid of this. Let's come back to this in a second. I want to get rid of the selection that's happening at the end of here. The outline walls. Outline walls. Hold on. Select all rooms and quarters. Outline walls. Select none. Or I think I've already got something in here that's like clear selection. Clear selection. Yeah. And then I think that's what we need. All right, so that part is fixed. Let's go back to where we were here. Figure out what that offset is. Let's also get, let's create a declare constant for that. Here, no, I'm not feeling it here. Hold on a second. Let's create the constant here, I think. Width is 160. Thickness. It's 94. I'll call it span instead, I think. And now we're going to say minus door dot span, and this was going to be minus door dot thickness. And then over here, we're going to have thickness here. And this one is going to be minus door span. All right, now we need to calculate the offset. Let's do this. All right, I'm going to refactor the other one to be similar. These two switch. Well, they don't really switch, just these two switch. that. This is going to be door light vertical. And then we can get rid of that. And then we just need to do individual checks on door position here. Hey, if door position is equal to bottom, then we're going to say our Y offset plus equals tile.height divided by 2. And then else we're going to say it's equal to minus that. So if it's on the top, it goes up. And let's do the same thing for down here. Door position is equal to this dot left. This becomes width. And this becomes x offset, x offset. So if it's on the left, well, I guess I should make it the right. Some consistent, symmetric. If it's right, we go to add, and otherwise we go to, let's see if that works. All right. I'm in trouble dragging it onto my monitor. Okay, there we go. Does that work? Just partially there. I feel like there's a responsive issue with Windows here. Hold on. Yeah, feels like it. 100% CPU. Now it's down to 50. Clicking and dragging. There we go. Now it's moving. Now it's stopped moving. Now it's moving. Now it's stopped again. The CPU, what is going on? Weird. All right, here we are. Let's look at it. Not bad. Let's fill in the tile so we don't have this kind of bright pink kind of thing and turn it into a darker background. All right. How does it look? Pretty good. That's at 100% right there. Yeah. This is looking like it's working. And that's a thin wooden door. Yeah, nice. So that's not bad for an import of the Donjon map. It looks like it takes that Donjon map generated there, the random map, and comes in and, you know, with not too much effort, makes it look pretty gorgeous. Do you intend to have doors, open doors as an option when characters enter a room? I do. Yeah, in fact, if you look at my class for the door class, I've got properties open, locked, lockable, secret, known, how many hit points it has, armor class so you could destroy a door as well, that sort of thing. You just have to go after it. But yeah, and attack it. So yes, the answer is yes, I intend to do that. Now here's the thing, in this map editor, well, I suppose in the map editor you could set a door to be open or not. But I think by default the door is going to be closed. And let's double check that and make sure we're initializing that open is false. Yeah, that's our constructor. So, but I think in the editor you could actually select it. You should be able to select a door, and then open it or close it. But the thing is, the editor is different from what's going to be seen on the stream. In the stream, we're going to send out layers. And the stream is going to show those layers depending on what the zoom level is. So the layers are going to have the floor, which is a composite of the tiling, the three-dimensional look to the tile, that layer, and that's it. Or we'll need debris that's underneath the player's feet. Then we'll have the players, I think, and then we'll have the door, or I don't know where the doors are going to fit in, but the doors are going to be drawn by the engine. And so that'll be down in TypeScript, and then that way we can have an animated door as it opens and closes, and we can have creaking sound effects with it as well. So all of the doors will be drawn at the lower level. For right now, this is just here so the Dungeon Master can kind of get a sense of what's happening. We want the Dungeon Master to be able, what's happening here? Hold on a second. That doesn't look right. Are the bottom doors off? I don't think that's true. What's happening here? This is a bottom door. Yeah, it's like the layer. Am I not drawing to the right layer on the door? It doesn't make sense to me. It's on the door layer. We're strictly drawing there. I don't get it. Yeah, it's just cropping it off. I've seen this happen before. If this was drawn on the wrong layer, that can happen. Because what will happen is as I draw the edge of something else, as it fades out, its shadow fades away, it'll totally replace the bits here because we're just copying those bits over. That's what it looks like is happening here. But that doesn't make sense because the code shows it's only drawing on the one layer, the door layer. Door light vertical and horizontal. It also doesn't make sense that it is oh wait, I know what it is. It's because there's this door right here. Oh. So we have two doors right next to each other. This door is being erased because this door has alpha shadowing out over in this space. It could just be empty. There could be nothing there. But because there's nothing there, we are replacing whatever's here because it's all in the same layer. To solve this problem, we need we need another layer. Wow. I hate doing this because it's just sucking up memory. I got to solve this problem here. Horizontal door layer. We need a vertical door layer. That can solve it. Yeah, more layers. I'm in trouble. And we're at the vertical door layer. And then we're going to come down here and say door layer dot draw image over tile. That is going to fix it. But yeah, it's like it impacts performance and memory and all this. The layer idea is brilliant. It's really beautiful from a standpoint of organizational code, but from a standpoint of having that whole thing work outside of that, it's expensive, as each one of these layers is multiplying the memory. So we're probably going to bump up to like probably closer to 3 gigs now when we run this. See what happens here. Where's the problem? The problem was, I'm not seeing the problem. Where's that one where we had the 2 right next to each other? Here it is. All right. So yeah, there the problem is now fixed. So yeah, we can do that. Here, let's just give everything one single tile background there. Yeah. So that looks good. Next, I want to fix the UI a little bit. I want to make it clear that this is for adding walls. So we come over here. In fact, let's see. You know, I often do these kind of, let's see what happens when I do that. There we go. Nice. Yeah. So the wall can come in here like this. So we have a thick wall inside. Let's see if we can do this. I do this challenge every once in a while. Let's edit and continue challenge. Let's see if we can make this work. And before we start the edit and continue challenge, it's important that I, give you my usual disclaimer here.
Disclaimer! Mark doesn't know what he's doing!
Don't know what I'm doing, kids. All right, so what I want to do, though, is edit and continue. I want to make some changes to the UI. I want to say that over here, we've got, I want to label this so that these are for the walls. These buttons are for creating walls. I want to create an identical set of buttons, or at least use the first 4 for doors. And so let's do that. Let's take care of that. See what we can use. Edit and continue plus hot XAML reload, one of my favorite features of Visual Studio, and let's see if we can do this without stopping the app from running. So first, let's go over into our XAML, and we'll make the changes there. The only downside to edit and continue with XAML is you don't get a preview while you're running, but I think we can work our way through it. Mark really does know what he's doing, doesn't he, Fred? Is that right, Fred? What do you think? Really, Fred? Couldn't give me you couldn't give me at least a thumbs up on that, Fred? What are you planning, Fred? What are you planning? Who's number 1, Fred? What, you? You saying you're number 1? You're number 1. All right, fine. Okay. I don't think that's true, Fred. I think the viewer is number 1. The viewer. That's what we're talking about. The viewer right out there. Boom. Like that. Okay. So here, these are our wall buttons right here. They're in a stack panel. Something called wall controls. I think have I had problems parenting these? If I parent these, I think I lose everything. So I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to come up right here. I'm just going to add a text box here, text block, and let's make it unnamed. And we're going to say walls, like this. And then for discoverability, I'm going to say hold Control to delete, like that. Now, we haven't written that code yet, but let's go look and see what our app looks like now. Not updated. Oh, it's up at the top. Oh, okay. I know why, because we got to specify the row. Let's change this row to 3. And let's come in here and we'll use a CodeRushed template called R2 to put this in row 2. Now let's see what it looks like. Nice. Okay, so right over here is what I'm looking at. That's the part we've just added right there. Walls. Hold Control to delete. Okay, cool. Let's do a stack panel that's horizontal instead. stack panel, horizontal, and let's put two, hold on, I want to make the grid row up in the stack panel, like this, and I want to make the first piece say walls, and the second piece say hold control to delete. And I want to make the color of this one be gray, like this. Let's look at that now. Not bad. You need a space in here somewhere. Maybe there. There we go. So that's what we've got now. So we've got some discoverability. The word walls would kind of be nice to indent a little bit. Let's indent the whole stack panel maybe. Let's do M3 to put a 3 pixel margin all the way around it. Okay, not bad. I actually don't want one on the bottom though. So let's, there's another template out here called M0, which is nice for individually specifying each one. So I can say 4, 4 on the top, 0 on the right, 0 on the bottom. Sure, why not? And now we've got this. Better. Okay, well, it's hold control to delete. I want to actually say CTRL, like that. Okay, so there's our walls. Now I essentially want to duplicate this, all those buttons, without the outline wall piece. Wait, what's going on? This is in its own stack panel, I see. Okay, so let's do this. Selection increase. And all right, we'll copy that and we'll duplicate that. And this is going to be in row 5, and this is going to be our door controls, like that. Left door. We're going to need to change those event handlers. Top door, right door, bottom door, and I'm going to get rid of this outline all doors. Get rid of. Does that make sense? Yeah, I think that makes sense. All right, get rid of the outline. I don't think we need that. So selection increase a couple times and delete. Now we got to click these change the event handlers in the wrong spots. We also need to get another one of these labels out here. One of those. Take that. Put that there. That's going to be in row 4. And call this doors. Like that. And now if we look at it, does it look right? Okay, cool. Not bad. I want to change the color of the doors. So what are we doing here? We're using this color in a couple different places. I think I want to make the doors kind of reddish like this. So I'm just going to take these and bump the hue all the way up to red on both of those. And then we're just going to take that and paste it in the places we've got it down below. So there's that. There's that one. And there's that one. And then let's copy this. Down there, and down, down here, like that. And now if we go out and take a look at it, we got reds. Yeah, cool. So there's our door buttons right there. Nice. Okay, now we need to do something with it. So let's first go out and let's set a breakpoint here. And left wall click, let's click on it. Let's go out to where it was. Here's the door. And now we want to make a button left door click instead. And we want to do this. Remember, we're doing this all using edit, continue, and XAML hot reload. Right? So we don't have to start our app and restart it. There's our top door click. New event handler there. Right door click. And a new event handler there. Like that. Okay. And now we can run. And let's say we want to add a door. Let's do this. let's set a wall down here like that. And now what we want to do is we want to add a door here on the bottom of that. So let's door bottom door click. Let's set a breakpoint there. Let's hit the bottom door button. Okay, cool. Now we're in the spot. What's going on with add segments? So we get the selection. Okay, so we need something like this is what we need. Well, let's do this. A wall side, add segment, add doors. What wall sides are just left, top, right, or bottom? Okay, I'm down for duplicating this. Let's see what we get. I'm going to call this add doors. We'll use wall side on it. Like this. Let's come down over here. We're going to call add doors. Right. Whoops. Top. And left. And is there something else we needed to do? I don't think so. The control we need to do, we need to make that decision, but I think I can do it just inside the function, add doors. We can do the same with the other one here. If control key down, then we want to say deleting doors. Let's grab this bit of code here. Let's pop it in to add segments as well. If we're deleting, all right. If, whoops, if deleting, then we're going to say, what's this option here? Is there, set wall. Ooh, I think that's all we do. Just set in that. Nice. Okay, so that's what we need to do. Oops. We need to kind of change this a little bit. Adding. And make this true. Make this one false. I can simplify this a little bit. We're adding if the control key is not down. Okay, so that's add segments. Right here, add doors, like that. Okay. Begin wall update. So what's going on with begin wall update? Wall change count. I think I need door updates is what I think, and an on walls, on doors changed. What's happening in walls changed? I don't think actually. Maybe I don't think I don't think I need to actually call and begin wall update or end wall update for the doors. I think I don't need that. So I'm going to kill the get rid of the try finally right there. And okay. Yeah, I don't think we need any of this here. It's not as complex. I think the code is simply this. I think it's going to look like this. Set door. And what do we have? Door position dot left. Adding like that. That's what I think it looks like. Yeah, I'm now back to door position instead of wall side. I don't think we've run yet, so I can change these parameter types. Okay. Actually, I don't even need that. I just need this. Okay, code's getting simpler. Okay, let's declare set door. I do need to rebuild the layer, the door layer. Hold on. I need to rebuild the door layer. Let's go look at the layers. What's going on here? Weird, I've got an underline, purple underline here, but nothing happens when I hover over it. Add doors. We do it in the call to import donjon map. So we're going to need some sort of update doors kind of thing here. Let's okay. So I think that's what update doors looks like, and I think we're just going to call it right after we add our doors, whatever those are in the selection. Okay, so set door. We're back over here again. Let's look at this, the door position. So this is in my floor space. And I've got this property in here, so called doors. So I want to say doors. I think I want to do this. If has door position, then I want to say what's this? Remove existing door, like that, and then I want to say doors dot add new door passing in its door position. If adding, then we're going to do that. Otherwise, we're removing it. Okay. Then removing here, remove existing door is we are going to go into our doors dot first or default. We want to say our position equals door position. Okay, I think that's going to be it. I think that's the code that's going to work. Hucking Fackers is out there. Welcome, Hucking Fackers. All right, here we go. Let's run it. We're doing this whole thing with edit and continue. Actually, let's step into it. F11. Uh-oh. That's not good. I did not modify this initializer. That absolutely did not happen. All right, we'll restart. What do you think, Fred? It's going to work? All right, here we go. We're going to load it up. Let's look at the map. Let's start by putting a door right here. Oh, it did not work. Oh, it did work. Nice. Okay. Cool. Let's see if we can delete doors as well. Let's see, I'll put a door right here. Wait, let's do this. Let's tile that. All right. Let's put a door on the right side over here. There it is. Let's see if we can delete. If I hold down the control key, delete the one on the left, which came from the Don John import. Nice. Looks like we can totally do that. C++ is bad, says Daniel Luden. Yeah, I'm with you. Cool. Let's create a room here, and let's give it. Let's give it a door there. Let's give it a door down here. Uh-oh, this is not working because it's got a wall in the same spot. I see. So I have to delete the wall. Let's try that. Control click here to delete the wall. Okay, so that did work. Control click there to delete all the walls. There we go. Okay, so I kind of need something that if there's a wall there to remove it, or maybe we call it a hidden door. Give that some thought. But I'm going to call that a show, kids. I think we got the doors working. At the very least, they are now in the map. Next thing we got to do is save it, I think. Maybe got some performance issues to work on. There are a couple minor bugs in here. I also have no ability to change the rooms once it's loaded. I also have no ability to change the map size either. So changing the room size, changing the map size, those things would be useful. Changing the room definition as well. Like I want to be able to select like here and pop a hole in the room. Something like that. Or I want to be able to select out over here and add a new room right there. So still a little bit of work to do. But from the standpoint of the look here, and the fact that we generated this map, we went out and we used the Don John map generator right here to create the map for us, and then we've got it in here looking pretty good, and the walls are looking good. All of that is, I think, what I'm going to call progress. All right, let's see who of our live coders friends out there are streaming right now. See what we can send you to. First show 2020. Bleep, bleep. That's all, folks. Let's go hunting rabbits. Who do we got? All right. We'll send you over to James Montemagno. Start that raid right now. And say hi to James for me. Will Bennett's testing out a rainbow at the very end. Looks like the frame rate's dropping on that. Poofs are looking good. It's a show, kids. Here, we'll roll some dice over, see if we can do that as we end it. Not bad way to start off the new year. See you, Straight Butter. Glad to have you here with us. Say hi to James, and we'll see you on Tuesday next week.